Jesus found Solid Snake standing alone in the rain. Ruins around him, metal cold, silence thick. "You hide in quiet," Jesus said softly, "not because you like it, because you think you must carry everything yourself." Snake did not turn. "You call yourself a weapon," Jesus said. "That lie keeps you moving. It also keeps you trapped." Rain ran down Snake's face. He did not wipe it away. "You were shaped by war," Jesus said, "but you are not owned by it." Snake spoke without looking back. "This is all I'm good for." Jesus stepped closer. "No," he said, "you are good for choosing something else." A long pause. "You fight monsters," Jesus said. "Be careful not to become one. You follow orders. Question the ones that cost innocent lives." Snake's grip on his rifle loosened. Jesus placed a hand on his shoulder. "You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to live for more than missions." Jesus began to walk away. "One last thing," he said. "You think your life exists to end wars. It does not." Snake finally turned. "You exist to prove that even a soldier built for violence can still choose mercy." Jesus sat beside Commander Shepard in the quiet of the ship. The stars moved slowly outside the window. "You look tired," Jesus said. "Not in body, in spirit." Shepard stayed still. He listened. "You carry the weight of many lives," Jesus said. "Do not let that weight turn your heart cold." A pause. "You make hard choices," he said. "I see that. Still, never forget that every life is more than a number on a screen." Shepard lowered his gaze. "Trust your crew," Jesus said. "Not because they follow you. Trust them because they are people who believe in you." The engines hummed around them. "You fear losing control," Jesus said. "You fear the cost of failure. Fear will push you toward choices you will regret." He leaned closer. "Do not follow those who promise safety through power alone. That path always takes more than it gives." Jesus stood. "One last thing," he said. "When no one is watching, when there is no record, no praise, no legacy, choose the action you can live with when the silence returns." Jesus met the 33rd Expedition where the street faded into paint. Gustav stood in front, holding the weight, holding it alone. Jesus studied him. "You lead them forward," he said quietly, "even when the road will cost you more than it cost the others." Gustav did not ask what he meant. Behind him, Maëlle watched with open fear. Jesus turned to her. "You will carry grief early," he said, "but you will also carry the reason they keep walking." Lune frowned, searching for logic. "Some truths will break your plans," Jesus said. "Do not let them break your heart." Seal looked away, already sensing what could not yet be said. "You feel the ending before it arrives," Jesus told her. "That is not a curse. It is a warning to cherish what still stands." He faced them all. "You repeat the word," he said, "for the ones who come after. When one falls, we continue." They nodded. "One of you will teach those words their true weight," Jesus said softly. "Not by speech, by the way they keep walking after." Gustav's hand tightened, just slightly. "The paintress does not decide your meaning," Jesus said. "Neither does the ending you fear." He stepped back. "Keep walking," he said, "not because you will win, but because love that survives loss reshapes the world." Then he was gone. They stayed, still together, still moving, for the ones who come after. The city lay broken. Concrete dust drifted through the cold air. A crashed BSAA helicopter burned nearby. Blue lights flickered on ruined walls. Chris Redfield sat on a collapsed stairwell, rifle across his knees, blood on his gloves. Not his. His team was dead. Again. Footsteps crunched in the snow behind him. Chris raised the rifle. "You don't need it," the man said. Chris turned. No uniform, no weapon, just calm. Jesus Christ stood between the wrecks as if the war had missed him. Chris exhaled through his teeth. "Edonia finally broke me." Jesus looked past him, at the bodies, at the insignia torn from jackets. You carried them all, Jesus said. From Raccoon City to Umbrella, from Wesker to now. Chris's grip tightened. Albert Wesker is gone. Neo Umbrella isn't. This never ends. You keep punching the world, Jesus said, even when it is already broken. Chris gave a bitter laugh. Punching works. Jesus glanced at Chris's hands, swollen, scarred, shaking. Does it? He asked. Silence filled the ruined square. I don't stop, Chris said. If I stop, they died for nothing. Jesus stepped closer. They did not die so you could disappear. Chris stood abruptly. I'm a weapon. That's my job. No, Jesus said. You turned yourself into one because it hurt less than grieving. The words landed harder than any blow. Chris looked away. Snow melted on his face. Or maybe it wasn't snow. I don't know how to live without a mission, he said. Jesus placed a hand on his shoulder, then learned to fight for something else. For what? Chris asked. For truth, for rest, for the people who are still alive, including you. The fire crackled. The wind cut through the streets. When Chris looked back, Jesus was gone. Idoniah was still in ruins. The war was still waiting, but Chris lowered his rifle. For the first time since Raccoon City, he stayed. He breathed. He let himself feel the loss, not as fuel, as proof he was still human. Arthur sat outside the cabin, breath shallow, hands stained with dirt and blood that would not come off. The doctor's words still echoed. He pressed his hat down, like that could hide them. Someone stood beside him. Arthur did not reach for his gun. He already knew. You're afraid, Jesus said. Arthur shook his head. I ain't afraid of dying. He paused. I'm afraid I waited too long. Jesus sat on the step, close enough to feel the cold. You started to see clearly when it hurt the most. Arthur let out a broken laugh. Seeing don't change what I'd done. He looked up, eyes wet. I beat men who couldn't fight back. I took from folks who had nothing. I followed a lie because it was easier. You followed love that turned blind, Jesus said. Arthur clenched his fists. I wanted to be loyal. His voice cracked. I wanted it to mean something. It still can. Arthur stared at the ground. For me? Jesus shook his head. For them. Arthur swallowed hard. John don't know how bad it is. Abigail looks at me like she's already said goodbye. And the boy, he stopped. I don't want him growing up like me. Jesus leaned closer. Then don't let him. Tears ran down Arthur's face, quiet, heavy. I ain't a good man. No, Jesus said, but you are becoming one. Arthur wiped his face with his sleeve. So that's it? I just help people and hope it counts? It already does. Arthur nodded, slow and certain. I'll give them my time. All of it. Jesus stood. When one falls, he said, others can still walk forward. Arthur watched him go. The pain stayed, but for the first time, it meant something. That's the way.